Good morning. Well, today I'm going to show you a practice that I do every Tuesday and Thursday. And I have a special guest with me today, Chrissy Canning, who is my yoga teacher. We've been doing yoga for how many years?
Almost a decade.
Okay, almost 10 years. I do it 2 times a week. And before COVID, Chrissy came to my home every day. But now during COVID, we do it virtually, and there are pros and cons to that. And I can talk about that in my blog. But I think yoga has made such a difference in my life and in my attitude and in my health. So I really am grateful to Chrissy, and I wanted to share this practice with you. Today, we're going to be doing yoga, a little bit of what's called yoga therapy. It's not sort of full-blown yoga. Sometimes I do really hard things. Most of the time, I just roll around on the floor. So that's fine. But we wanted to do something easy and basic in case you want to follow along. And I will also put all of the poses in the blog so you can see, and you could do these on a daily basis, and they're really great. So Chrissy has a wealth of experience in yoga. She's been teaching for over 20 years, and yoga has taken her to the far-flung areas of the world. She's been to China and Japan, Costa Rica, and the Bahamas, doing yoga sessions and yoga trainings with teachers. So she's really expert, but she's also an expert yoga therapist. So Chrissy, anything you'd like to add about that?
No, thank you for the intro.
Okay, great. Let me get on my chair and we'll get started.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do our chair yoga today. So those of you that are reading the blog and watching the video, right, you're probably sitting at your desk. So we wanted to do a really user-friendly 9 poses, including breath work, including our relaxation. So it's something you could do every day or a couple times a week. So as you sit on your chair, we're gonna sit forward in the chair. So my sit bones are definitely on the chair, as you can see Jill as well. Feet are planted on the ground. So that I wanna make sure if my feet don't touch the ground, put some kind of support under your feet, a pillow, books, whatever, so that you're nice and steady and can sit up strong. Then as we lift through the spine, we're gonna bring today our left hand to our belly, our right hand to our heart, and take a moment to close your eyes. Yeah, and since our heart is on the left side of our chest, we go right hand to like pledge allegiance or and then we'll close our eyes. And yoga is really about training our body to feel connected, body and mind, but also to put us in a less reactive state. So much of life is kind of that fight or flight. So we want to just calm the nervous system so that we can actually be more efficient with our breath, more efficient in our thoughts, more efficient in our movement. So at first we just notice, where is the breath moving to? And there's no right or wrong here. Just feel, where is the breath moving underneath your hands? Do you feel the breath more underneath the hand at your heart or down at the belly? And our goal today is just to inflate the torso as though we're breathing underneath both hands. So I'm breathing to my belly and my chest like a balloon, inflating the torso. And as we exhale, there's a softening underneath the hands. Take just a couple of breaths here, setting the tempo of our practice today. Finding that the breath becomes more and more relaxed, so that again, we're less reactive in our movement and really efficient with our breath. No rush. We'll gently blink the eyes open. We're going to bring the hands just to the top of the knees. If it's hard to reach the knees, you can always bring to the thighs. We're going to lift our chest. We're going to look up. So if you've taken yoga, this is like our cat and cow. Now we're going to look down towards our belly button, rounding into our spine, kind of pushing back into the shoulders. And again, we inhale, lift, and I turn to the side so you can really see standing up through the chest. Beautiful. Exhale, we round through the spine, pushing back, leaning the head down. We'll take that 2 more times. Our extension of the spine, we kind of rock to the front of the sit bones. With the rounding into the spine, rocking to the back of the sit bones. One last time, let the arms just kind of flow with you, whether the elbows pulled back The arms roll to the side. Again, what's kind of a natural movement. So we're really working into the spine. And as we again come up to sit, a nice neutral spine, we're going to heel to the feet a little bit wider. But from this wide position, I'm going to turn to kind of face you guys. I'm going to mirror you here. Your right forearm will come to your right thigh. If this is a lot for your left low back, you can always bring your hand to the knee like we did earlier. Jill and I will be coming down to the forearm. And then if, again, there's any tenderness in the low back, we'll keep the left hand on the hip. Otherwise, extend through the chest, get really long through the spine, let even the back of the neck be long. And then let's add one more piece. Left arm will reach overhead. We're going to turn the palm to face towards our right side and then reaching the arm overhead. So as the arm works as a lever, this is definitely more challenging. This is working our obliques. It's working the stability of our core, but we're also getting this really nice side stretch, lateral flexion. Jill holding little Abby from this weekend, right? She needs some relief for the intercostal muscles, low into the shoulder. Then to come out of the post, lift through the chest, long through the spine, we'll come all the way up. And then let's go to the other side. Left forearm onto the thigh. Right hand can start at the hip. Same option if you need a higher version, less intense on the low back. Right? If you are working through anything where you have a slip disc, definitely stay here, right? Otherwise, again, Jill and I will be on the forearm, we'll add the arm, we're gonna add a little bit of that rotation in the upper arm, so that when we reach the arm overhead, we're gonna keep that lift in the chest, we're gonna keep all that length, so even the back of the neck can be long. Sometimes we take little variations with our neck, right? Looking up to strengthen the neck, looking down to stretch the neck. Most of us need to stretch more than we need to strengthen, just in this position. So lots of options as we move. Breathing really deep into the body. We take one more breath. And then again, lifting through the chest. We slowly come all the way up to rise. We're gonna bring the feet back together. And for this one, go ahead and float, again, your right knee. So I'm gonna do, again, mirror you. I'm gonna lift the knee. I'm gonna place both hands on top of the thigh bone. So we're working our core, right? You're pushing the hands down. The thigh bone is pressing up. We call this like a knee press or a core knee press or a little bit of pressure, but make it a dual action. So we're gonna move with this today. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna lower the leg down. As we exhale, we're gonna lift the leg, and again, I'm pushing the thigh into the hands into the thigh. Nice, Jill. Inhale, we lower down. And again, exhale. Notice if you rock back, keep your chest lifted. And then just one more time. Good, we lift and we do that dual press. Perfect. We're gonna take the same leg and we're gonna crisscross it over the left thigh. So make sure you flex your ankle. You can see that I'm wearing shoes where Jill is barefoot. Typically we practice barefoot, but again, my house is very cold. So if you have shoes, it's fine. We're gonna lift up through the chest, and our hands can either be kind of on the ankle and the knee as we lean forward. Some of you might be sitting at a desk where you could bring your hands on a desk and lean forward. Or I know for Jill's hip, she's got a little bit more range of motion where we can actually lower down onto the forearms for our thread the needle leg. Good. Chest is reaching forward, but go ahead and drop the head. So the back of the neck is long. If you are on a desk, or I think even here, Jill, we can press our forearms kind of into our leg and then widen the shoulder blades. Most of us hold a lot of tension at our thoracic spine, right at the mid-back. So for that sake, right, this little push of the forearms, that widening of the shoulder blades gives us a little release at the mid-back. Good, we stay for one more deep breath. And slowly making our way on up, same leg. I'm gonna bring that right leg and extend it out straight in front of me. And again, I'm gonna turn myself just so you can see the leg. Jill will show you forward. So very similar to the last one, hands may come to the thigh. We're just gonna lean forward. Or again, if you have a desk, you can be hands on the desk or even forearms on the desk. We're gonna stretch the back of the leg, the hamstring. So again, Jill and I are gonna move down to our forearms here. And you can, if you want to, have both forearms on your thigh, okay, on the right thigh there. Or excuse me, your left thigh as you're stretching the right one. And then like we did on the last one, see if you can lengthen through your spine, but drop the head. A lot of us lead our life through the chin, right? It's like, I wanna go over here, my head kind of takes me like a horse, right? So instead, leading through the torso, leading through the heart a little bit, we get more extension through the spine, more stretching to the hamstring, more stretching to the glutes. and a little bit into the low back. We stay for a full deep breath, and then we're going to take those 3 same poses to the other side. So as we lift through the chest coming up, we'll bend the knee. Again, lifting the knee, we lift the left knee, and both hands come on top of the thigh. So I am pushing into the thighs pressing up into my hands. And then dynamic, we inhale, lower the foot. Good, as we exhale, we push. Good, inhale to lower, and exhale to push. Inhale to lower, and one more time, exhale and push. And as we hold for an extra moment, we're gonna take the same leg, we're gonna rotate it out, and I'm gonna crisscross the ankle over the thigh bone. Good, as we did before, we sit nice and tall, and then with the hands forward, we lean. So again, the hands on the desk, also an option if you had that, moving to the forearms. And this is adding rotation, specifically on this side, on the left, right? So we're stretching into the left buttock, a little bit of a hamstring, outer hip, and for some of us, we'll even feel it in our spine. So like we did on the first side, the forearms will press down, the shoulder blades on the back body will widen, but let your head hang. Because again, we hold a lot of tension in our mid-back, which travels up into the shoulders, the neck, a lot of tension and discomfort. This rooting of the forearms and the widening of the shoulder blades will give you a really nice release, a little decompression for your thoracic. Good, we stay here just one more deep breath. Leading from the chest, we rise all the way up. Same leg, left leg is going to extend out for our hamstring stretch. Again, I'm just going to turn on my chair. We'll lift through the spine, and then again, folding over either the hands, the desk, or again, forearms can move to the steady leg. So I'm on the right leg here. Right? And as we're leaning forward, the tendency is to turn into a turtle, right? We kind of round into the upper back. So see if you can keep the chest forward for this particular stretch for today, but let the head hang. So the neck can release, but the foot is also very active. The left toes kind of pull up towards your knee. Good. So you can get some stretch into your calf. Nice. We stay for one more deep breath here. Awesome, yogis, press into the feet. Go ahead and lift through the chest, coming all the way up. We're gonna move to the upper body. So I'm gonna have you bring your hands behind your head. Step your feet together if you can. If that's not an option and you cannot squeeze the knees, you can always grab a rolled blanket, a towel. We use yoga props like a block or a Pilates ball, something to squeeze the knees. But we wanna try and keep the legs in one place. As we're lifting through the spine, I'm gonna have you turn to the right, Jill, and I'm gonna again mirror you. So as we turn to the right, we're gonna keep the elbows pretty wide. I'm gonna add a little pressure, so my hands push into the back of my head, but the back of my head returns the favor and presses into my hands. You'll feel that right between your shoulder blades, and again, just gentle squeeze of the knees either together or squeezing a prop between your legs. We stay for one more breath, lifting as tall as we can, and then easing our way back to center. Go ahead and keep the hands here, squeeze the legs, and then over to the left side. So again, if you're on your computer a lot, most of life we're reaching in front of us, we're cooking, we're lifting kids, we're shuffling papers, whatever it is that we're doing throughout the day. It's all on our cell phones, right? So this is a really nice reset with a twist. Hands push forward, head leans back, and as you get that dual pressure, good, widen the elbows. Awesome, one more breath here. And then slowly unwind. Last of our stretches today, we're gonna bring our arms behind us. So what I've done is I've clasped where I'm just holding my opposite forearms. Some of you can even clasp to your elbows. Whatever is comfortable, some of us might even move to the wrist, right? As long as the arms are behind us. Now, typically when the arms are behind, we just kind of shove the shoulders back and it's really aggressive on the neck, the shoulders, the chest. So instead, I want you to hold the arms here, but widen the shoulder blades on your upper back. Ooh, beautiful. And I'm gonna add a head tilt here. So you're gonna lean your right ear towards your right shoulder. And again, I mirror you. You should feel that stretch in the sternocleidomastoid, that side neck muscle. Some of us will feel it in our collarbones, some of us will feel it in the front of the shoulder, some of us may even feel it in the pectoral in the chest. We keep the chest lifted here, and then drop the chin down towards center like a chin tuck, And then go ahead and lift the head up. We'll go to the other side, left ear to the left shoulder. Notice if the left shoulder creeps up. Let both shoulders relax. So I'm not forcing the shoulders back. I'm not lifting. I'm just letting the shoulders relax. But I'm trying to widen the shoulder blades on my upper back. Good. We stay for another deep breath, just letting the head be heavy. And then same transition out, tuck the chin to your chest. Kind transitions with the neck so we don't get nauseous. We lift the head. And then we're going to come into one of the most important poses, Shavasana. So if you want, you can scoot back in your chair, nice and steady, let the feet rest. If you need some energy today, let the palms face up and the hands can rest just there on your thigh. If you have a lot of energy, anxiety, there's so much going on, do the palms facing down as a way to ground your energy. And then feel free to lean back into the chair, be comfortable, close your eyes. I say this is one of the most important poses of the practice because we live in a very, we'll just say, busy world. There's a lot of information that comes in through our eyes, a lot of processing. So we actually close our eyes in a way to digest the practice, to be calm, to give ourselves a moment of stillness. And it typically takes about 3 minutes for your body to actually calm down, for your nervous system to downregulate. So as we take just 1 more minute here, let's go full circle back to your breath. And just notice, without judgment, without change, where is your breath moving to today? Again, if you live in a very anxious state, you'll feel the breath a little more up towards the chest. So my friends, see if you can move the breath maybe down into the belly. If you feel a little lethargic today, again, my friends with the palms facing upward, see if you can breathe, not just down into the belly, but again, share that breath between the belly and the chest. And this breath control is what helps us with that reactivity. And let the nervous system be calm, to give ourselves a moment of stillness. We stay here just 2 more breaths. And then you're welcome to keep the eyes closed, but lift through the spine. So you can stay where you're seated, but spine nice and tall. Good, we gather the hands to the heart. The thumbs will press to the sternum. The sternum will lift to the thumbs and we bow our head. And the classic saying of how we end our practice means that the energy and the light in me bows, respects the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I feel better already.
Good. I love it.
This, and I appreciate all your years of yoga with me because I feel much happier for it.
Good. Well, I'm thankful for your practice.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.